Hey folks, this is Kalani. Welcome back to the Hellfire Citadel raid guide for normal and heroic. This time we'll be looking at GOREFIEND. GOREFIEND is a pretty interesting fight because it kind of relies on you dying, but there's an ability which is going to instantly kill you anyway, so you don't really need to worry about killing yourself to get the mechanics done. Shadow of Death will kill you after 5 seconds, and you'll get dragged into GOREFIEND's stomach. As a note, whenever you get dragged into GOREFIEND's stomach, you will have a debuff. If you die again with that debuff, then you're going to die for good. Now, you can only stay in GOREFIEND's stomach for 40 seconds. You'll get killed after that, so you've got a debuff. When that gets to about 5 seconds, make sure you move to the middle of the room in GOREFIEND's stomach, and that'll send you outside. While inside, you've got some adds to deal with. The first one is Shadowy Construct. This is a skeleton which moves towards the middle of the room slowly. Any damage you do to this skeleton will be damage done to it when it gets outside. So if you kill it on the inside, it won't appear in the outside at all. So just try and do as much damage to these as you can. The second one is Tortured Essence. This one's for healers. You need to heal them up, and they have health outside dependent on how much health you healed them. So if you heal them for 60% of their health, they spawn outside with 40%. Again, heal them as much as you can. If you heal them to full, no add on the outside. That would be brilliant. The last one is Raging Spirit. This appears whenever a tank goes inside, but it stays in there actively beating on people. Tank needs to pick it up, and it needs to get nuked down by any DPS inside until it gets to 70%. Then it'll slam the tank, and it'll run outside. The tank needs to follow it out because it needs to tank it on the outside as well. Now, if these adds do get outside, they do things a little differently. The Shadowy Construct, the skeleton, will focus and chase people. If they get to them, they'll explode, dealing a huge amount of damage to the raid. These should be your highest priority. Make sure you're kiting them properly. The second one, the Tortured Essence, is going to cast some volley attacks, which does damage to your raid, but it also slows a few people, so they're a little more annoying than anything else, but they should still be your second priority. The Raging Spirit is going to be on your tank who picked it up, and it's going to start putting puddles on the floor, and it has a bellowing roar ability. That roar needs to be interrupted, and that's really all they do, so they can be your last priority, but all of these adds need to be killed before you start damaging the boss. Now, for the outside world and the rest of the fight, I'd recommend spreading out a little bit at least. You need to be about 5 yards apart because of his ability Surging Shadows. It's a pulse AoE on everybody within 5 yards, so make sure you're not taking a lot of damage from that and things should be fine. His first ability of note is Touch of Doom. This is going to apply to a few members, and they need to run to the outside of the room. When they explode, they'll leave AoEs on the floor which persist through the entire fight, so you need to make sure they're right to the outside and you're using all the room you have. Next up is Shared Fate. One player is going to get rooted in place and linked to 2 others. Those 2 players need to run to the linked player to break the effect. If it's not broken in 10 seconds, everybody's going to explode for a lot of damage. The last ability you need to be careful for is Crushing Darkness. This is going to create a swirl of purple swirls, I guess, and then they're going to explode for a lot of damage. So stay out of the purple swirls and you will be fine. Whenever GOREFIEND's energy reaches 0, he'll start casting Feast of Souls. He'll take 100% extra damage, so make sure you save all your cooldowns for this phase, and then he'll also deal a lot of damage over time to your entire raid. So everybody stacks up, and then he'll also spawn Unstable Souls. They'll come from the back of the room and need to be intercepted, because if they get to him, they reduce the time that you're in this huge damage phase. So make sure the adds are being taken care of, avoid all the damaging abilities, and once you get into Feast of Souls, nuke his face off, and that's pretty much the fight. That should be everything you need to take down GOREFIEND on normal and heroic. If you have any questions or queries, please leave them in the comment section below and I'll try to get back to you. Feel free to check out any of my other guides for Hellfire Citadel, normal and heroic. Remember to leave a like just below the video before you leave, and if you want to see more, make sure to subscribe. But apart from that, thanks for watching folks, good luck and have fun, and as always, I will see you next time.